If you're in the police recruitment process, one of the questions that you are highly likely to be asked at your final interview is, why do you want to be a police officer? So in this video, I'm going to focus on a few elements, essential elements of this question to ensure that you've got a really good foundation to build up a really unique, authentic, and compelling answer to this question. First of all, who am I? Why should you listen to anything I've got to say? My name is Brendan from Bluelight, and over the past 31 years, I've been supporting people just like you for promotion boards, for specialist interviews, and importantly, for the police recruitment process. Got a huge amount of success, over 800 five-star reviews for myself and my team of coaches. And for those of you who we actually work with, we guarantee the result. If you don't pass, we will give you a full refund. You can find out more information in the description below as to how to join our Academy program. Now, this is one of the first questions that we ask our Academy members when they join our final interview Academy program. As part of the roadmap, we talk to them about why you want to be a police officer. And so a couple of things that we look at here is we actually look at why this is so important. Well, it's going to crop up as a final interview question. And at that final interview question, we need to make sure that we start that interview off with something that's compelling, authentically you, and something that has them on the edge of their seats thinking, this interview is going to have to be really, really bad for me to fail this person. They're with you all the way here because you've sold them on some compelling backstory, which is uniquely and authentically you. And this is why cliches aren't needed. We're not going to be talking about, I've got a few here written down. This is from real Academy members when they first come to join us and we ask the question, so why do you want to be a police officer? They'll say things like, oh, I've always wanted to be a police officer. I just want to help people. I want to put something back into the community. No 2 days are the same. My values align with the values of the service. Listen, I don't know where you get this nonsense from because it's meaningless. And you might be thinking, yeah, but it's true. Yeah, but it's also meaningless. It says nothing about the unique and authentic you. It's not going to be memorable. You're going to sound exactly like everyone else. So we need to steer clear of the cliches. Right, what's this part here? This is where we actually tell the compelling story, and we need to put together our compelling story and work hard on it and work hard on delivering it. We have a hook because it's always, it's never, I've always wanted to be a police officer. When I dig deep into the background of our Academy members, we always find that there's a who happened, as in it might have been an auntie or an uncle or a father or a mother or a friend, family friend who was a police officer who inspired you, or a what happened. You were either party to an incident, or you witnessed an incident, or something on the national press caught your eye and made you think, those individuals, those police officers are amazing. They're running towards danger where other people are running away. I'd love to do something like that. That's your hook. You start off with your hook, and then we build up these chapters about all of the things you've done since to get you to the point where you're going for your interview that tell a compelling, unique story of you. And it could be things like volunteering. It could be things like developing your skills. It could be things like setting yourself new challenges. It could be things like how you've actually learned more about being a police officer by going on a ride along. All of these things form part of your compelling and unique story. Forward pacing your answer. We can actually forward pace it into the future. So I'll put 2 years there. It could be 3 years, 4 years. One of the things you can do in your interview to make it even more compelling is talk about how you've imagined yourself in the future doing X, Y, Z role, whatever it might be within policing, and how the skills that you've developed over the past months or years would be really useful in that role because of. And again, this is something we focus on in our Academy program. This sets a tone. I've talked about this already. This sets a tone for your final interview. You may get asked this question at the very beginning, and they may tell you that this question is not being assessed formally. Well, if it's not being assessed formally, why, when you start talking, do they start writing? Of course it's being assessed. Even if it's not being assessed formally, they're assessing you informally at an unconscious level. They're asking themselves the question, can I see this person on my team? And if you're delivering an amazing answer that's uniquely and authentically you, that stands out and something that they'll remember, then they're going to be on the edge of their seats thinking, this person's going to have to fail really bad for me to refuse them access to this force. Now, let's not get lulled into a false sense of security by them saying that this question's not being assessed. It absolutely is. And also, it may be a question at the end of the interview. So there's a couple of forces out there will lull you into a false sense of security with you thinking, oh, I'm not going to get asked this question. And then at the very end, they'll just go, oh, by the way, one more thing. So why is it you want to be a police officer? And also, in addition to this, they may ask you this question in a different way. They might say, what's your motivation for wanting to be a police officer? Why you? Why this force? or they might ask you just a really open question at the very beginning, which is, tell me something about yourself. They don't want to hear about your favorite pizza topping and where you go on holiday and where you went to school. They want to hear about your motivation to be a police officer. Makes sense? Awesome. Right. Well, if you'd like to find out more about how we can help you develop an inspiring, authentic, unique, and amazing answer for the start of your final interview, then check the link below. Consider joining our Final Interview Academy, or indeed our National Sift and Online Assessment Centre Academy, where we will actually guide you through the process. We'll show you what to do. You've got to do the hard work. There's no magic wand, but we'll show you the way. You do the hard work. And if you do the hard work, we will actually guarantee you a pass. So if you don't pass, we will give you a full refund. It's not for everyone. You need to complete the form. It takes a few minutes to complete. Just ask questions about which force, what stage you're at, where you are now, where do you want to be, what you're struggling with. And then we'll dive into a discovery call to see whether you might be a good fit for our academy program. And also you can get a feel for whether we would be a good fit to support you. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description below. If you're watching this on Facebook, then check out the comments, and I'll see you on the other side.